NIU Alumni Association offers $2,500 merit scholarships to continuing college students who are enrolled full-time. I want to congratulate all of the 2023-2024 Alumni Merit Scholarship recipients.
This is one of the Alumni Association's capstone events because we get to showcase the incredible accomplishments of our graduates. The Alumni Engagement and Awards Committee, chaired by Kristen Hamblock, had more than 75 nominations for these various awards. I didn't envy their task of making a decision of which people should get these awards, but I'm sure you'll be proud of the selection they've made. They're outstanding individuals. I see a lot of faculty members here, members of the administration, and to the faculty and staff who played such a vital role in the development of these award winners, the scholarship winners, and all of your students, you deserve a special thank you. To the alumni, this is an important event for us. The Alumni Association does so much more. It is our goal to build a lifelong and continuing connection to NIU. By staying connected with your alumni and with your alma mater, you can enjoy the social, educational, volunteer opportunities the university and the Alumni Association offer. Whether you're interested in a jazz concert, cheering the Huskies at a football or basketball game, learning how to the art of coffee roasting, or learning about the art of the microbrewing. There's something for everyone. We try to have programs that reach the broad spectrum of interests. And of course, there's nothing more important or more rewarding than going into a classroom and talking to the students about your life experiences. It's good for everyone to become involved. Become involved in your Alumni Association, in your alma mater. It's good for you as an individual, it's good for fellow alumni members, and it's good for the university. The future of NIU is bright, thanks in large part to the excellent university leadership. It's with pride in all that's been accomplished under her tenure and confidence in the university direction under her leadership that I introduce to you the 13th president of Northern Illinois University, Dr. Lisa C. Freeman.
The Alumni Award recipients that we're celebrating today, they're also amazing. They've achieved success in diverse fields, yet they have a lot in common. They are dreamers and doers, public servants and entrepreneurs. They share the ability to create, innovate, and collaborate. They are accomplished professionals who are committed to making a difference and who care about elevating others. They are Huskies, and we honor those alumni today. The award winners are recognized widely for excellence and impact in their respective fields of expertise. Here on campus, their accomplishments and their engagement with our students speak compellingly to other alumni, to our faculty, and most importantly, to Husky students who are still on the path to graduation. The fact that our alumni choose to stay connected to our Husky community, to give back their time, their talent, and their resources, that demonstrates to all of us the deeply personal value of an NIU education. Seeing the success of Husky alumni reminds our esteemed faculty of the importance of their work, that they serve no less than to inspire the future. And we can't underestimate how important it is for our students to see our alumni in a wide variety of successful leadership roles, because it helps them say to themselves, hey, that could be me someday. All of you in this room collectively are proof of what can be achieved when we pull together as a Husky family to support our students and to help them reach their full potential. So congratulations to all of the 2023 award winners, including our student scholarship winners. Students, I look forward to shaking your hands at commencement. Alumni award winners, I look forward to hearing more about your incredible success stories and your lasting ties to this university.
And this year's Distinguished Alumnus Award, Ken Quinn. He grew up in Des Plaines, Illinois, the youngest of 9 children. Several whom are here today joining him in this celebration. And growing up, he watched the jets take off from O'Hare Airport and soar overhead. And little did he know at the time that one day he would represent major airlines, aerospace companies, and basically the entire aviation industry as an incredibly successful attorney. He graduated from NIU with a Bachelor of Science degree in Finance in 1982, and then went on to get his Juris Doctor from DePaul, graduating in 1985 with honors. Since that time, Ken has become a litigator involved in regulatory enforcement, antitrust, commercial counsel to a wide variety of aviation companies. He served domestic and international airlines, aerospace companies, lenders and lessors, private equity and hedge funds, online travel and social media companies, airport developers, et cetera, virtually every aspect of the aviation industry Ken has had his hands on. Currently, he's senior equity partner at Clyde & Company LLP. It's because of the outstanding contributions that he's made to the aviation industry and the pride that he brings to his alma mater, we really do love to brag about Ken, that he is being recognized this year as our distinguished alumnus. Ken, congratulations.
Getting something like this is very humbling and somewhat embarrassing, but it's wonderful to be back at NIU. I spent 25 years. I wouldn't be here without my wife Pamela and my 5 children. Bridget is here with me. I've got 2 sisters here, Honor and Sheila. I've got an altar boyfriend from first grade, Joe Davalaire, and Bob Wyatt, childhood friends, and I stand on those shoulders. But you know, a coach once said that he wasn't embarrassed about his degree. Graduated in the bottom third of his of the 1/3 of the class until the dean got up and said it was a particularly dumb class that year. And so I was looking at the alumnus awards, and I am very proud of this. Until I realized there's a young distinguished alumnus award. So congratulations to them. I'm your old distinguished alumnus award. But really, I mean, my time here was fantastic. It's been a long time since I was WKDI I-95 radio DJ back here. Still have the voice and I was able to contribute to the foundation this morning and encourage everyone to do that. But it also forced me now, I had to contribute to my friend Joe to be quiet about actually what I did do when I was at Northern in my time at DeKalb. So thank you very much, Dean, President Freeman. Thank you for your leadership. When I was here, I created the Student Committee on Financial Aid, and I worked in the financial aid office. We had no money, and $450 was our semester tuition, and I got a chance to testify before Congress that year as a junior on cutbacks in financial aid, and so I can't be more honored to be getting some kind of recognition along with scholarship recipients. The cost of higher education is, I don't think it's still not $450. We've all reined in the cost of higher education. But, I mean, it's wonderful to be recognized alongside the scholarship recipients. So you too can be anywhere. I mean, we were talking with Matt earlier. I was with a Husky standing on the west lawn of the White House, having just visited with the folks in Langley, when the president came in on Marine One, and the two of us looked at each other, John Klein and myself, and the whole cabinet was lined up, and the president, first lady, and vice president came off Marine One, and they were shaking hands. We said, you know what, for a couple of Huskies, we did okay, so you can do anything this way.
It's my distinct pleasure to recognize this next guest of ours. I had a chance to meet him in 1997 and knew he was on a trajectory for good things. A leader in the world of higher education, John J. Sigelski, known as Ski to his family and friends, experienced firsthand how education positively impacts a person's future. From his humble beginnings, growing up in a working-class family in Cleveland, Ohio, Dr. Sigelski was the first college graduate in his family. Following his graduation from St. Alphonsus College in Suffield, Connecticut, earning a bachelor's in philosophy and education with honors, Dr. Cegelski earned a Master's of Science and a Master's of Business Administration degree from Aurora University. In 1998, he earned his Doctor of Education in Adult Continuing Education here at NIU. Dr. Cegelski was named the 7th president of HACC, Central Pennsylvania's community college, in July 2011. He is the first out-gay president in the college's history. Dr. Ski sees himself as a student advocate for HACC, serving more than 20,000 students daily, as well as 1,300 employees and 19 trustees. For his dedication to students and to higher education, Dr. Cegelski receives this year's F.R. Geigel Service Award. Unfortunately, he's unable to be here with us today in person to accept this award, but Dr. Cegelski has recorded an acceptance speech, and we would now like to share this message with you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Lisa Freeman, members of the Board of Directors of the NIU Alumni Association, fellow alumni being recognized for your incredible achievements, and to those in attendance who support not only our beloved alma mater, but those being recognized today. Even though I am unfortunately unable to celebrate with you in person, please know my gratitude to be selected for this prestigious award. To be reviewed by my peers and have the achievements of my long career considered worthy of this award is very gratifying. I'm certain my parents, if they were alive today, would be dumbfounded by this recognition, since they never understood why I wanted to deviate from following in my immigrant family's footsteps of working in the steel mills in Cleveland, Ohio, after high school and attending college, being the first and only in my family to do so. Well, after 3 college degrees earned in the 80s and early 90s, I entered NIU's doctoral program in 1994 and would have never thought that the educational experience I had at NIU would afford me opportunities to establish educational programs in several countries around the globe and at least 4 states as a faculty, administrator, college president, not just at 1, but 3 community colleges across our nation, and elected by my peers to be chairman of the board for the American Association of Community Colleges. NIU prepared me with much more than just the advancement of knowledge in my field. I gained at the time not only the knowledge necessary, but the practical applications from some of the finest professors, legends in our field at the time, like Drs. Phyllis Cunningham, Paul Ilsley, Gene Roth, and my dissertation chair, Bill Young. And from my classmates, all working professionals. I gained inspiration from the success stories of NIU alumni who went on to become college presidents at places like Ball State, College of DuPage, Western Michigan University, and Waubonsie Community College. And their stories inspired me to think bigger and broader. I learned so much at NIU, and not just about being an educational administrator. Over the 30 years of working within the academy, I thank NIU for encouraging me to believe in myself by uncovering in me abilities to invite people to trust me and take a chance on me as a servant leader who has always been focused on changing lives, destinies, and family trees through a community college education. So as I continue to mentor dozens of students and emerging administrators of all ages and races, I help them see the art of the possible and to take a chance on themselves as they learn to really believe in themselves, like I was inspired to do by those who cared for me while attending this nationally recognized institution. Even though I am sincerely grateful for this recognition, I did not achieve it alone. I share this award with all of those who supported me throughout my personal and professional lives, including my colleagues at College of DuPage, Laurel Ridge Community College in Virginia, Mount Hood Community College in Oregon, and for the past 12 years at HAC, Central Pennsylvania's Community College, who have believed in my leadership and supported me along the way, including my husband, who also earned a graduate degree from this fine institution. So again, I thank you and say proudly, go Huskies.
Good to see so many smiling faces and so many friends in this room today. Really, really great to see everyone. Well, it's my distinct honor to introduce our Young Alumnus Award winner, Mr. James Alford. James is a higher education professional dedicated to student success. As a College of Business cohort advisor at the University of Illinois at Chicago, Mr. Alford advises and mentors over 400 students, helping them identify and utilize programs and campus resources to enhance their academic journey and engagement. Mr. Alford faced the challenge of academic probation while at NIU, but credits dynamic, impactful coursework and the exceptional staff at the Center for Black Studies for helping to change his trajectory and find success as a student leader on NIU's campus. Mr. Alford has been deeply involved in campus organizations at UIC, including Black Emerging Leaders Academy, and serving as co-chair for the Advisory Committee for Black Student Access. Additionally, Mr. Alford has been an active alumni volunteer at NIU, talking with prospective students and working with the Black Alumni Council and the NIU Greek Alumni Council. With his deep connection to NIU, serving as an inspiration to guide future generations, Mr. Alford receives this year's Outstanding Young Alumnus Award. Congratulations.
First of all, I want to thank the NIU Alumni Board and the Selection Committee for this honor. I also want to shout out my village, my family, friends, and some of the amazing faculty and staff here at NIU. I couldn't imagine where coming to NIU would have took me. I am a first-gen, low-income student. I was in the TRIO program, so when I came to college, it's kind of like I got dropped off, and it was like, hey, make this work and figure it out. And I'm grateful to have found, the family of the Center for Black Studies and TRIO because of those programs, I am here today, and I think that shows my passion for the work that I do, where I currently work in higher ed. No offense to my undergrad major in political science. When I came to NIU, I wanted to be a politician. By the time I graduated, I wanted to go into higher ed to help make a difference and play an impactful role in students' lives. And so, yes, I plan to run for office one day. I don't know when that will be. But for now, I am enjoying my journey in higher ed and just, having an impact and learning from everybody that I come into contact with. But also, I just want to thank the other award winners for being outstanding, visionaries and also just great role models for myself and the other Huskies in the room. Thank you all for all that you've done, and thank you.
My pleasure to introduce this year's winner of the Alumni Achievement in the Arts. Timothy Kunsis was a Husky baseball player working toward an art degree at NIU. As you know, many of you know that I'm a big fan of sports and the arts because I think there is a great alliance between the two of those forms. It takes hard work, determination, great level of skill to acquire the ability to be successful in both those fields. Following graduation, he worked for 2 decades at the Chicago Board of Trade until 2017 when he decided to follow his passion. Mr. Kunsis founded Barnwood Sports, LLC, a company that creates handmade museum-quality baseball memorabilia pieces. It perfectly combined Mr. Kunsis' love for sports and his passion for the arts. Since his company's humble beginnings, Kunsis pieces have been displayed and carried by Major League Baseball parks, the National Baseball Hall of Fame, and the MLB Network Studios, among other high-profile locations. Through his hard work in building his company, Mr. Kunzis has befriended such baseball icons as Roger Maris, Roberto Clemente, and has had the honor of creating pieces for Derek Jeter, Bo Jackson, Ken Griffey Jr., David Ortiz, Ryan Seinberg, and Andre Dawson, and many others. It is because of his success in the art world, Mr. Kunzis is receiving this year's Alumni Achievement in the Arts Award. Mr. Kunzis, please.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you all. Thank you, President Freeman, for everything, and the Board of Directors for having me. This is unbelievable. Paul, thank you for that. You just took my whole speech. So, being a Husky back in the day, I didn't start out in school here. I actually went to junior college in hopes to play professional baseball like every young kid. And unfortunately, those dreams got shattered when I transferred down to Texas Christian. And had to have surgery, and I actually transferred up here in 1993 and had another surgery and played baseball up here for 2 years. It wasn't always easy being a student athlete, especially in the art department, because then when you get back from road trips, you got to cram stuff in on Saturday nights or Sunday nights when your project's due on Monday. Needless to say, I'm a Husky at heart. I love it here. When I graduated, I went to the Chicago Board of Trade. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. It was a start. I was a runner. I worked my way up to a broker's assistant and broker after about a year. In 2012, I lost my job, and I fumbled around with different things, woodworking for one with a gentleman in our neighborhood. And when I finally had some downtime, I decided the Facebook craze of making American flags was going to be my thing. So I made one and actually sold it for $250, which I was pretty proud of. I said, wow, man, I might be onto something here. So I took my artistic style of the way I was finishing cabinets and put it towards that. And having my art background, I started painting logos and outsourcing work for CNC machine work and those types of things, but I actually have learned how to do that stuff on my own. And I'm actually teaching one of my best friends of 45 years here how to do what I do so we can grow the business. We do have a couple business partners which are unfortunately not able to be here, but it's been quite a ride. To say the people I've connected with, I'm not sure if everybody knows Wade Boggs or Ryan Sandberg and the Maris family. Deal with their foundation, the Clemente Foundation. Johnny Bench, we just sent some stuff to him for his golf classic. But the biggest thing isn't those high-profile people. What we do, we make memories and memorabilia for the normal person to be handed down generation to generation to their grandkids. It's an in-person visual. You can look online all you want, but if you see our stuff, I got lucky. I really did. And I'm thankful because, well, number one, it helps pay the bills. But, it's fun. I don't feel like it's work all the time. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and there's been tears. But you just get yourself back up. And what I've learned from being a student athlete and being that baseball player that failed many, many times at bat, you get back up and you do it. So thank you so much again. I appreciate this. Young Scholarship Award winners, congratulations. I started art in 2017 is when I started. I graduated in 1996, 21 years later. So you never know down the road where it can go. Keep it in your back pocket, even though if you don't start out doing it. I want to thank my beautiful 3 children who are here. They've been very supportive. They've helped me, especially, my girls have helped me paint logos. They're amazing artists. My son Alex has helped me out. Greg, I call him my assistant, or, he's a good friend. 45 years, we've known each other, 45, 46 years, and he came along for the ride when he left the Board of Trade recently when they shut down. And then I've got my girlfriend, Amy, that I appreciate everything she's done. She's been in the trenches with me, painting logos till 1, 2 in the morning also. So, but thank you very much. This is unbelievable day. Thank you. Go Huskies.
So Natasha Miller-Williams, who's going to be receiving the award today, experienced a lot of success as an executive in the business world, leading to her most recent title as the founder and CEO of her own company, Work Harder Consulting. But the first steps in this incredibly successful career began at NIU, 'NIU, 'NIU with the help of a very important mentor. While Ms. Miller-Williams was studying for her bachelor's degree in marketing, her interest in marketing research was sparked by a professor that she had, Dr. Carol D. Moranville, Dr. D, as everyone called her. Dr. D is the one that really encouraged her to pursue her love and her dream in marketing research. And when she tentatively applied for a position at Nielsen, Dr. D wrote her that letter of recommendation that helped her get that first job. She worked at Nielsen for 20 years, including being its VP for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and most recently she served as the Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the candy company, Ferraro. Natasha may not remember me, but I was down the hall when she was there as a student, and I remembered her. And when I saw she got this award, I actually pulled her transcripts and looked her up. And I was like, I remember her. But I also remember Dr. D, because Dr. D was one of my best friends, and she was next door to me. And so when you got this award, Natasha, I sent her the article. And I said, did you want to say a few words to Natasha? And she said, yes, I do. So this is from Dr. D to you. Natasha, I wish I could be there with you today. Heartfelt congratulations to you for this very special award. From the start, it was clear that Natasha would make a positive impact on the world. She is smart, caring, and tenacious. And while NIU is recognizing Natasha for her many contributions to the NIU and Chicago community, know that she too has been an inspiration to hundreds of students in farther reaching communities because, unbeknownst to her, I, Carol, have been sharing her singular classroom accomplishments with all of my classes as an example of how one can reach seemingly unattainable goals. Congratulations, Natasha, on all of your accomplishments and for your lifetime of giving back to others. We are all fortunate to have been a part of your journey. With admiration, Dr. D. Congratulations, Natasha.
I want to start by thanking NIU, Dr. Freeman, the Alumni Association. I'm so deeply grateful for this honor today, and I'm privileged for being selected to represent the College of Business and the many graduates over the years. If you had asked me 25 years ago if I would be here today, I would have said, yes. I always thought I was great and very humble. No, seriously, I didn't see myself here because I actually had a rocky first few months at NIU. I started college at 16, and it wasn't because of my analytical chops or a sense of achievement or smarts or potential that I had a rocky first start. It was just the challenge of juggling everything at once and really learning how to properly adult when you are that young and on your own. And I actually ended my first semester on what was ominously known as the freshman warning list. And I don't know if we still have that, but that came complete with a note home that, of course, I conveniently forgot to mention to my parents until they got the letter. So to the parents in the room, if you have children like I do, don't worry, the kids turn out fine. And I've actually come to realize a little bit of what goes around comes around. I have 3 sons of my own right now, and I have one with me today. My son Sean is 11, and he's able to join us today. So, some of us just need a little bit of a jolt to recalibrate our course. And a part of me being back on track was that, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be in business. I don't know if it was Hollywood, the movies, but I had these vivid images in my mind of getting dressed up for work, commuting. I don't know why I was fascinated with commuting, but it was like, let me get on the L, let me get on the Metro, let me drive to work. And I'm like, road rage, being on public transportation with people, this is not glamorous at all. I have now experienced it for more than 2 decades, and there's nothing fascinating about it. But what I realized is that what I really wanted to do was be a part of something that is incredibly significant, and I've had the opportunity to do that. And both of my parents were actually in business, and they were my earliest role models. And my mom is here today, and I want to express my gratitude to my parents. My mom, Mary, my dad, Joe, who has passed away, and I want to thank them for their unwavering support, for setting an example and just for always nurturing my dreams and my endeavors. One of the earliest business lessons that I received was that popular saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I do believe that there is this truth in the influence of connections, but what I also soon realized once I got into the workplace is that that statement doesn't really paint the full picture. Because first, what you know absolutely matters. And more importantly, it's how you apply that knowledge that truly counts. And my time at NIU prepared me for a career in business. The knowledge and the skills that I acquired during my 4 years here, it really did lay the foundation for my success in marketing research and beyond. First, I was so happy after I passed UBIS 310 and 311, the 9 credit hour class that you needed just to get into the College of Business, that I literally felt like I could accomplish anything in the entire world. So if there is no other purpose for that class than to instill a deep sense of confidence in us, mission accomplished. But NIU didn't just educate us. My time here really equipped me with tools to contribute to society, to drive positive change, to allow me to apply my knowledge where it truly mattered. And I'm now grateful to be a part of the Presidential Advisory Council to lend my expertise from my working experience to the future of this institution, which I'm grateful to do. And it's worth noting that my first jobs were right here in DeKalb. I had a stint at the NIU Public Opinion Lab, Dakota Direct, which is a telemarketing company. Please don't hold that against me. I had bills to pay. I worked at Harold's Chicken, and I worked at Opportunity House in Sycamore. Second, that it's not just who you know, it's also about recognizing and cherishing good people who you encounter on your journey. And thankfully, I was fortunate to be surrounded by wonderful individuals from the start. My brother Joe and my sister-in-law Lynn, who he met at Washington University Law School, they are shining examples of both parenting and how to lead fulfilling lives. And I'm really proud to always use their lives as a blueprint for my own. And I also hold dear memories of my childhood friends, Anitra and Catherine, who for the most part kept me out of trouble. Anitra and I are also sorority sisters in Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She was my roommate here at NIU. We have our share of adventures at McCabe's on Lincoln Highway. And fortunately, back then, there were no smartphones. There was no Instagram for documentation. So, there's that. But as you just heard, meeting good people really took on a new meaning for me when I crossed paths with Dr. Dee Moranville here at NIU. Her class was sort of like a rite of passage, but I embraced that challenge, and she played a pivotal role in my career when she wrote that letter of recommendation for me to get my first job at Nielsen, where I progressed up to the senior vice president level, and I'm so grateful to have crossed paths with her. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, treating people well has been my guiding principle throughout my career. Whether at Nielsen, where I worked alongside my colleagues, Liz and Jenny, or at Ferrara, where I met Al, Tola, Alden, and Jeanette, who have been instrumental. We just achieved great milestones because we valued each other, and I'm glad that you all are here with me today. So I'd just like us to rethink that saying, instead of saying it's not what you know, it's who you know, and to say it's not what you know, but how you use it. It's not who you know, but how you treat them. And, okay, cool. I didn't expect any applause, but thank you. So that's my core belief. It shaped how I approach my life. It reminds me that even in the world of business, how we treat people should take center stage. Not like a transaction, even when we're doing one, but with empathy and respect. And lastly, before I conclude, I just want to express my deep gratitude to my husband, Jamel, who has also had an indelible mark on my life. Our daily conversations about work. As two entrepreneurs, working from home is an adventure itself. We Zoom call each other sometimes from our separate offices in the same house. And I just appreciate his support every day. So thank you, NIU. Thank you for this honor. Let's all remember, it's not what you know, but how you use it. It's not who you know, but how you treat them, and apply that every day. Thank you all.
Our attorney, Dartesia Pitts, has a bright legal mind and is using it for the greater good through her commitment to public service. Dartesia is currently the Senior Government Relations Manager for the direct-to-consumer digital healthcare company, Hims and Hers. In this position, she travels nationally to promote, educate, and influence state policy related to ensuring access to health care for all. And before this role, she served as General Counsel and Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Legislation for the Office of the Illinois Lieutenant Governor. Dartesia has served as the President of the Cook County Bar Association and has been recognized as an Illinois Super Lawyer Rising Star, an Emerging Lawyer of Illinois, and a 40 Under 40 recipient by both the Chicago Daily Law Bulletin and the National Bar Association. In 2020, Dartesia received the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division Chairman's Award. It is because of her success in the legal world and her dedication to public service that attorney Dartesia Pitts is the recipient of this year's Alumni Achievement in Public Service Award. Congratulations, Dartesia.
Well, we've heard a lot of themes. Servant leaders, first generation, valuable education, all of those things. I'm gonna stay with that flow. So first and foremost, I wanna say thank you to President Freeman, the Alumni Association Board of Directors, and my nominators for this honor. NIU College of Law Dean Hill, thank you. Assistant Dean Mitchell, thank you. And to all the great, wonderful faculty and staff that resides in Swin Parsons. Thank you to my parents, my family and my friends who are here today. My support system is also how I get by, Ken. I stand on their shoulders. I felt that comment 100%. My mom, my dad, my bonus mom. Thank you to my friends who are in attendance today. Eric Armstrong, who's actually a staff member here at NIU. We went to high school together, and he came to this event today. Thank you, Juan Thomas, who is a past president of the National Bar Association, who drove out from Aurora to hang out with us today. And thank you to all the public servants I have had the honor to assist and work alongside, but specifically Governor Pritzker, Lieutenant Governor Stratton, and Cook County Commissioner Larry Rogers. They are big-time mentors to me, and I have been honored to just serve alongside them. A special thank you to my fiance, Lonnie, for all your continued support. We are newly engaged, so I am still on a cloud. And congratulations to my fellow awardees and the student scholarship recipients. Everything I believe is truly in divine order. I believe that. I applied for law school right after 9/11, and if anyone remembers, law school admissions and any professional programs, they had the application rates had increased by tenfold across the country, making it an even more competitive process for all the entrants throughout the country. I will never forget that phone call I received from the NIU admissions office asking me if I were interested in coming for a tour to visit the school post my acceptance. What that person did not know is that I had not received my acceptance letter yet. It was a praise moment, y'all. Let's just say it was a true celebration on the call that day. That was one of the acceptances, but it was my first one, and I ended up at NIU. I was meant to be here. And 21 years since that phone call, that was in 2021, I'm honored to receive this acknowledgement and to be a part of our legacy, the Husky legacy. I too am a first generation college student. I am a first generation attorney. And I became an attorney because I wanted to help other people. I wanted to lend a voice for those who could not speak for themselves. Sometimes when I was younger, that would get me in trouble because I was the person advocating for those who wouldn't speak up, and that didn't necessarily help me being 9. However, that trait definitely has helped me in this role and in this space that I'm in now. What was known, and being the first generation, you navigate from a different level of unknowns, okay? And what was known for me, though, was my guiding light. And that light was, again, just to bring a voice and perspective to the table for those who are unable to get in those rooms. I connect to that guiding force when it gets tough or when I want to give up. I focus on the policy and not the politics, and I keep trying to help someone. And I am blessed and humbled that my career continues to be exactly that, even now that I'm lobbying. To all the students in this room today, I leave you with this. Go get it, okay? But please remember that when you move on in your career, the world needs you to reach back and help someone, okay? The news is shows us that every day. Service never return void. Thank you, and go Huskies.
Well, it's my distinct honor to introduce a fellow geologist, Gil Ankenbauer, winner of the Alumni Achievement in the Sciences. During a 40-year career as a geologist with Chevron that took him all over the globe, Gilbert Ankenbauer always remembered where he came from. At NIU, Mr. Ankenbauer formed deep personal and professional connections that would follow him throughout his successful career. He was also forever impacted by his mentor, geology professor Dr. Samuel Goldich, whom he describes as demanding but incredibly generous, and the person who sparked his interest in geology. Furthermore, Mr. Ankenbauer and his wife of 46 years, Jenny, whom he met while a student at NIU, are dedicated donors and supporters of the Samuel S. Goldich Fund. This fund, under the Department of Earth, Atmosphere, and Environment, supports student research and participation in professional conferences and in the field of geology. It is because of this dedication to his alma mater and a successful international career that Mr. Ankenbauer is this year's recipient of the Alumni Achievement in the Sciences Award. Congratulations, Gil.
I guess no one pulled my transcripts, Natasha, so that is why I am here today. And James, congratulations to be recognized as the youngest recipient. I think I'm beginning to figure out where I fit into all of this as well now. And I also want to congratulate all of the alumni that have been recognized before me. You're an impressive group of people, and I'm just proud to be associated with you on this stage. It's wonderful. And as I'm very honored to receive this award and to be, selected to be recognized by the university you attended. And as Bob was saying, to be standing here as a geologist, gosh, of all sorts, a geologist getting recognized, but I think it speaks very high about the Department of Geology, which is what it was called when I attended it, and the dedicated staff that was there. And I'm a product of them, and I'm very proud of all of that. And they've made a huge difference back then, and Dr. Freeman, they're making a big difference yet today, and to contribute to the mission of this university. When I reflect and think back about a 40-year career and all that happened, I keep rolling things back, and I roll back to 1973, 1974, and 1975, the most important years where I was in DeKalb, attending Northern Illinois and trying to learn how to become a geologist. And there was some very important events that occurred back then. In 1973, I got my bachelor's of science degree with a major in geology. And at that point, I didn't know what to do, really. And I remember it was April, maybe late April of my senior year. I was walking through the hall of Davis Hall, and my future mentor saw me, Dr. Golding, and he said, "Ankenbar, what the hell are you doing next year?" I said, "Gosh, Dr. Golding, I'm going to go back to Chicago and get a job. I don't have any money." So he looks at me with a stern look and says, "That's a blankety-blank stupid idea. Be in my office at 11 o'clock. So I knew one thing, I damn well better be in his office at 11 o'clock. So I get there, and Sam's got all this paperwork laid out on a desk. That's an application to the graduate school. That's an application for a student teaching assistantship in the department. That's an application to work on his research project to study these ancient rocks in southwest Minnesota, which was a grant from the National Science Foundation. I filled out all the paperwork, and within 48 hours, all those things were in place for me. And I had a path, I had a career, and I got a kick in the butt, but maybe sometimes we all kind of need a kick in the butt sometimes to get going and to move forward. And that was an important event. And being in graduate school, I had the wonderful opportunity to work in Antarctica on the Dry Valley Drilling Project. Just an experience that, as a young person to get, it just was incredible. And then I got to work under Dr. Golding and study these, what were some of the oldest rocks on our planet, and maybe gives us insights on the formation of the planet Earth. And it was just a fantastic research project to be part of, because we actually found some new ways to look at these very old rocks. And then I was actually recruited and hired by Chevron Y on campus during my last year of graduate school. And of course, that job offer was predicated on me fulfilling all my requirements to earn a master's degree in geology, which I did, and I reported to work. And that set up a rather incredible 40-year career working as a geologist in the oil and gas industry around the world, dragging my family and my kids, my wife and my kids, to places in Africa and other parts of the world that, as an American, you don't really get that opportunity. And it was just wonderful and formidable. And then the other thing that happened to me while I was in DeKalb is I met my future spouse and partner for life. And so these events, for me, being here at that time, they were just life-changing events. And I just always think back to that and the difference that being here made for me. And so as my wife and I now think about this, and we're fortunate to be in a position where not just looking back, but actually being able to give back. And we're fortunately in a position where we could give something back to a university and a department that was pretty good to us. And by making those investments into today's students, such as the 10 here getting recognized, that maybe they're going to get a chance, like we did, and to go out and to make a difference, and that those investments we're making are maybe going to multiply in the future like they multiplied for us. And that's so important. And so I stand here with this award, and it's an honor, but for me, really, I want to honor the leadership of the university. That's made a difference. I want to honor the leadership of the Department of Geology, made a difference. And I really want to honor my professor, Dr. Golding, who I am forever grateful that he gave me a kick in the ass. Thank you. Thank you.